Welcome to me spending hundreds of hours putting a clown hat on a living rock man. I'm Naanless, and I promise that most of these moral choices don't reflect my actual views. I promise. Before we get into the thick of it, a quick recap. Baganga started a chain of events that will most likely ruin all realms in known existence, simply for the meme. The party left Drezen to investigate some missing crusaders, and found them in a not-so-pogger state of existence. And finally they visited a human petting zoo, and hung out with a statue lady. Alright, recap over. Let's get into it. The gang are eager to use their new shiny ivory sanctum key, so they rest up in Drezen, and head straight to the secret demon hideout. Arriving at the locked door of the ivory sanctum, the party spot Greyboar. He explains that he's been hired to kill Baganga, but he's willing to ignore his new orders for the small price of 172,535 gold. Anyway, using the key, the party enter the ivory sanctum. As expected, it is, in fact, demon infested.
Retreat is not an option.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
I'll split you in half!
Exploring deeper, the party find their new demon friend, Jeribeth. She explains that this used to be her domain, and hers alone. But as of late, she's been forced to share it with other military forces, mainly Xanthir the Plagued One and his boys. Xanthir is a walking swarm, and is also partly responsible for random demons popping up with weird, creepy, crystal-y powers. The Ivory Sanctum is currently housing two armies, one under the control of Xanthir, and the other under the control of Jeribeth. So she offers a deal. Her units will stand down if Baganga promises to do a big ouchie on Xanthir. Of course he accepts. It's like a win-win-win-win. Exploring further, the gang come across yet another crumb of Finnian lore. Lon's living weapon. It's a note detailing experiments that were done on/with Finnian. This one mentions Finnian's annoying whining whilst being used to dissect a living crusader. This whining includes no, stop, and the classic, please don't do this. Anyway, moving forward, the party come across what I assume is Jeribeth's room. It's decorated to resemble the demon's home realm of the Abyss. Now that we're in this room, let's play Who's That Character? Alright, you know how this goes. Who's that character? Correct! It's Marhevok. Alright, one more time. Who's that character? Correct! It's also Marhevok. She turned him into a plant. Truly, he's living a tier 3's dream. God, I wish that plant were me. The party finally come across Xanthir. It's currently using one of its swarms to eat a random cultist from the inside out. Spotting the party, Xanthir sends a swarm to block the doorway, giving it ample time to shove some crystals up some chained up demons, turning them into some cool crystal-y things. Xanthir flees, and the party are forced to deal with these shiny individuals.
You won't survive me. Kneel before me. This one's mine.
While chasing Xanthir, the party come across two iron golems guarding what seems to be two dragon eggs. From what the golems say, the party gathered that the red dragon they killed in episode 9 was in fact being blackmailed. If it failed to do the demon's bidding, its eggs would have been iron golemed. Feeling bad for their uneducated actions of the past, probably, the party kill the iron golems and send the eggs back to Drezen, so that they can be turned into friends. It's the least they could do. Still hot on Xanthir's trail, the party find themselves on a bridge. That's when every demon and their mothers decide to show up and surround them. The gang may be ridiculously strong. This is hopeless. I mean, there's no way they make it out of this one. It was nice while...
In the name of Iomedae, I say to you fiends, flee, for you will find no mercy here. Forge onward to your enemy, champion, and have no fear. The warriors of heaven will keep the monsters from your back.
The hand of the inheritor! Here! Damn it all!
You won't survive me. Make every strike count. Your performance is lacking. You are lacking.
Finally, they catch up to Xanthir. Nowhere to run. Fly? Nowhere to swarm. Nowhere to swarm. It's fight time.
In half!
Watch and learn.
I won't let you hurt my friends!
Kneel before me.
I will fight.
Cover me, all right? I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough. I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough. Time to share your treasures.
Press the attack!
Xanthir, defeated, falls to its knees. Impressed that the party were able to defeat it, it decides to spill some hot goss. It says that the source of the demon's new powers emanates from the Nahindrian crystals that are surgically implanted within them, and that the supply of these crystals comes from beneath Drezen. It's a place called the Midnight Fane. It's so deep down below Drezen that the radiance of the Sword of Valor doesn't reach it. But there was a rift into the abyss right under their noses this whole time. And it's only a matter of time until the demons use this supply line to attack Drezen from within. Well, having gathered enough info, Buckingham swats as much of the Xanthir swarm as he can, most likely killing it. Probably. They return to Jeribeth to tell her the deed is done. And in return, she drops some more hot goss. When asked about the Nahindrian crystals, she answers that once inserted in the body, it begins changing the victim's very soul. She also mentions that daughter of Baphomet, Hebzimira, is in charge of this supply line. These crystals are mined in the Abyss, more specifically a place called the Midnight Isles, which is ruled over by another demon lord named Nocticula. She also mentions that the attack on Golarion is led by 3 demon lords. Discari and Baphomet are the owners of the main armies, and Nocticula assists them from the shadows. But they don't actually leave the Abyss. They instead choose to lead with proxies. The Echo of Discari for Discari, Hebzimira for Baphomet, and Nocticula simply has no need to show up on Golarion. Bagunga thanks Jeribeth for this massive lorddom, and bids her farewell. Annoyed and done with Golarion, she decides to return home to the Abyss. The party runs straight back to Drezen. And by run, I mean hike for like 2 days. During this hike, they get stopped by some big boy Baphomet cultists. They demand a return of specimen 367. Finnian. They intend on bringing him back to a man called the Bladesmith somewhere near Is. Finnian speaks up. He says that he recognizes them. They're apparently the group of cultists that killed his party and tortured him for a while. Although, once again, he doesn't seem to realize that they're talking about him. Finnian is just kind of confused at their request. As far as he knows, the party is not in possession of a sentient weapon. He's sucking down so much copium that when the party bring up all the notes they found, he insists it's another dude named Finnian, because he would definitely remember gutting a bunch of crusaders for cultists. Anyway, the party could never abandon their highest DPS weapon, so they wiped these cultists off the face of the land. The party now know of the existence of the Bladesmith in Is. Unfortunately, revenge won't be able to be served because the party have way more pressing concerns. Finally returned to Drezen, they see the Hand of the Inheritor already talking to Jeribeth. They're discussing the Midnight Fane. There is a magical barrier currently protecting it, and it seems to have been made by Erlu Vorlish herself. So it's functionally the same as the ones that were found in her lab. Although this one has a tiny little caveat. It's still demon only. But this time, if a non-demon tries to cross, it triggers a magical nuke. Thankfully, the key that worked in the lab will work on this one too, but it might still trigger the magical explosion. That's where the Hand of the Inheritor comes in. He'll protect the assault force from it using his heavenly powers. Alright, before assaulting it, the party will have to wait a full month for reinforcements from Queen Galfrey. And to make this the most immersive series in known existence, it's where I will also end the video, and probably make you wait an IRL month for the next one. I know, said I'm a genius. But hey, thanks for watching. If you have extra time on your hands, consider checking out my friends, the Discord community, my Naanless Source channel, and my Twitch. All links in the description. And as always, please like, sub, and navigate your optical spheres towards this mathematically perfect outro.